Hey everybody, hey! I already got Eternal Sunshine Deluxe in the back. It's gonna be a good video, yeah. When I have our queen looking down upon me, it's gonna be a good video, yeah. Today I'm going to be going over my top 10 favorite records out of my entire collection. You know, there are different reasons why a record would end up in my favorites, and I'm gonna go in depth into each one and explain why. Also, can I just say, picking 10 out of the like 200 that I have now was a feat, okay? It took me a minute, but I think I've reached my top 10, and I'm gonna share them with you. But before we get started with today's video, I want to take a minute to talk about today's sponsor. Thank you to Coopert for sponsoring today's video. Coopert is a free extension that helps consumers save money when shopping online. They have different features including automatic coupon testing, cashback rewards, and price comparison. Coopert is available on all these different browsers and is really easy to install. To install Coopert, all you have to do is click Add to Chrome, then Add Extension, and it's installed to your browser. From there, once you make your account, you can start using Coopert for free. Like I said, Coopert automatically applies the best available coupons as you're shopping online. As you guys can see, I'm on Princess Polly right now and have $230 worth of stuff in my cart. But when I click apply coupons, Coopert automatically applies coupons, and this one saves me about $57. That's such a slay. Coopert also supports cashback from over 76,000 retailers, including Sephora, eBay, and Best Buy. There's also a really awesome price comparison feature. I'm currently viewing the Eternal Sunshine vinyl on Amazon, yeah. And when I click this button, Coopert shows me where I can find it for cheaper. Thank you again to Coopert for sponsoring today's video. You can find the Coopert extension link in the description below and install today for free. Now let's get back into the video. Let's get into it. Starting obviously with number 10, working our way up to number 1. My number 10 spot was actually really difficult. Like the bottom half of this list, I had no idea, but I feel confident with what I've chosen. Okay, first up we have the Ratatouille original soundtrack. This made it into my top 10. It did. This is the only soundtrack we have in this list, but I felt it was only necessary to choose a soundtrack because I love collecting soundtracks. I want to get more this year for sure, but this was one of the first that I got into my collection. This was released in 2017, limited to 2,000 copies. It's a Mondo exclusive, and this pressing, I mean, it's just perfect. It's everything you would want out of a Ratatouille themed pressing. This is clear with red, yellow, and green splatter. Oh yeah. And just the original artwork they have on this cover is just beautiful, and I love her. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm pretty sure it's in my Letterboxd top 4. You know, actually it's a really good goal for me to collect all the soundtracks from my Letterboxd top 4. Currently, I think I only have this one out of those 4. This was actually a gift from one of my best friends. Like, yeah, she knows me so well. It's absolutely stunning, and this soundtrack is so nostalgic. Oh, and this was also to celebrate the film's 10th anniversary. I didn't know that, but that's cool. That was on the Obi strip. I am obsessed with Ratatouille. Like, the girls are here. Next up, in the 9th spot, we have Faith in the Future by Louis Tomlinson. Also, I want to say, like, these are not, you know, my most played or anything. Like, these are just, like, my favorites. They hold a special place in my heart. This could also be, like, if I needed to save 10 records, if my, like, house was burning down, these are the 10 I would pick. You know, that kind of vibe. So, next up, we have Faith in the Future by Louis Tomlinson. This is one of my favorite albums, honestly. Like, just love it so much, and I love him. This was released in 2022. I think this is an indie exclusive. I don't remember. I bought this secondhand off Discogs. It's a black and red splatter pressing, which, like, for this album was just perfect. It's simply perfect. The black and red, yeah. The reason why this one is so special, not just because this album is so special to me. I bought this secondhand off Discogs, new, sealed. There were a few different versions of this specific pressing that were released. One of them was just the album, and then there was another one that came with a signed insert. And when I was buying it off of Discogs, I didn't know which one I was getting. Like, it's always a gamble, especially when something's, like, sealed like that. Like, I don't know. It was like $40, which unfortunately is how much a record costs nowadays. Like, don't even get me started. It makes my blood boil. Like, why is this hobby so hard to maintain now? But I was like, F it, I'm just gonna blow $40 on Discogs, and if it shows up signed, that's epic. If it doesn't, that's fine by me. Little did I know this girl was signed. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Yeah. And I opened it on like TikTok or something, and I have the signed insert on my wall. And I love it so much, and just, it brings me so much joy because in that moment, opening this record and seeing that signed insert, I've never felt joy like that. Like, I've been chasing that high for like a year since I got this. All right, moving on. Let's go to number 8. Along the same vein, We have Take Me Home by One Direction. It was really tough for me to choose just one of their albums because I did definitely want to include a One Direction album in this lineup, like Hello. But I don't know, this just felt right. At the moment I'm in right now, this just felt correct. This was released back in 2021. It's an Urban Outfitters exclusive. This was released when Urban Outfitters decided to randomly start pressing some of their albums for the first time and then releasing color variants of their other ones. Really random and like still waiting on Midnight Memories. I'm still waiting. But this is a clear with white swirl vinyl. It's cute. It's cute. The reason I decided to put Take Me Home in here over any of their other albums is just because this album out of their entire discography brings me the most nostalgia because this was when I was like at my peak of being a Directioner was when this album came out. 4 is my number 1, but Take Me Home is my number 2. I just love this girl so much. I think there are some insane pop hits on here. Like, don't even get me started on Heart Attack. I made my brother sit through a rant I had about Heart Attack the other day. We were in the car, so he couldn't go anywhere, and he just was forced to sit there and listen to me rant about how good and underrated Heart Attack by One Direction is. And I stand by everything I said because it's an underrated hit. Every song on this album, just like word for word, bar for bar. Yeah, this is one of those records that makes me really appreciate the art of having like a blown up large scale of an album cover. Like, this is one of my favorite album covers I think of all time. I don't know why. Probably like the nostalgia factor, and then also, I don't know, I just love it. It's so perfect for not only this album but like this era. Personality pick. You know what I mean? I just love this one so much. Like, I don't care how broke I am, I will never sell her. I will never sell her. Ugh, I listen to this thing all the time just because I love Take Me Home. I love Take Me Home. For the spring and summer, it's Take Me Home and Up All Night season. Okay, I need those pop hits playing. All right, this next one is a fun one that I feel like I don't talk a lot about on here, but I just have been thinking about her so much recently and like really appreciating her. At number 7, we have Tourist History by Two Door Cinema Club, an indie classic. I love this album so much. Like, front to back, it is a perfect album to me. I can always just like throw any of their music, honestly, I can just throw on and just have it in the background, and like it's very like mindless, like listening. I can just have it on, no thoughts, and just vibe. My favorite song off this album is Eat That Up, It's Good For You. Also, can I just say another hot take? Although CoStar told me not to be doing any hot takes right now, whatever that means. Eat That Up, It's Good For You by Two Door Cinema Club has one of the best bridges ever made. There will be like weeks at a time where I just get hyper fixated on that bridge specifically, and like that's the only song I want to listen to. This was released back in 2011, and it's the white pressing. Oh yeah, I got this so long ago. When I was like first starting to build my collection, this was one of the first albums that I got. And the reason why this is so gaggy is because this is so expensive. Why on Discogs is it going for like $200 to $300? You want to know where I got this from? I got her from Amazon. Like 20 bucks. I don't know how it happened, but I did it. I don't know why, but like Amazon, sometimes, I don't know if they do it anymore, but they used to. They would like randomly have stock of like alternate colored pressings, and it makes me so happy, just the album in general. And like, I don't know, for some reason, just the thought of me having like a really rare pressing that I got from Amazon of all places is just really funny and iconic. I think most of these from here on out are just like a no-brainer to include in this list. This next one specifically, it's just like, yeah, I couldn't do this video without including her. And that would be My Everything by Ariana Grande. This is the Target picture disc they released for the 10-year anniversary. My only complaint with this is that it doesn't really have an album cover. It's just this PVC jacket that is like obviously ripped because PVC jackets suck, but it's okay. Anything for this, okay? Literally anything for this. This is My Everything. This was released in 2025 and it's a picture disc, Target exclusive, like I said. Here's one of the discs. It's the album cover with like that lilac background, and this is the deluxe of the album, which she released on Spotify and whatnot for the 10-year anniversary, which, like, thank God. But this other disc is really the star of the show, okay? I mean, it's iconic. This is more iconic than the last one. This might be the most iconic thing out of this entire list. If you don't know, I have this series on my channel where I create mock-ups of vinyl that I wish existed but don't. I'm gonna be making another part to that series soon, so stay tuned for that. But I currently have like 2 videos out already of it. I don't remember which video I included this in, but I was saying that for the 10-year anniversary of My Everything, they would be stupid, her team, to not create a picture disc with this visual from the Problem music video. I posted the video like a few months before the anniversary and she released some variants for the 10-year and I was like, it's not gonna happen. That's okay. And then a few months after the 10-year anniversary, Target decided to announce her. And I don't think I've ever gotten so many notifications in my life. Like truthfully, Twitter, Instagram, like YouTube, every one of you guys was sending it to me and I pre-ordered it immediately because I had to. I don't want to be like, oh my god, they saw and they like took my idea. I literally said in that video, I'm like, this is such an obvious move. Like they should do that. It's just so cool to see like an idea that you had, like, oh, it's so sick and I love it so much and I will forever cherish this and all the lore that comes with it. Next up, this one might be not as exciting for you guys, but it's very exciting for me. In our 5th spot, we have her. Yes! This is Hurting by Friendly Fires. It's a 12-inch single released back in 2012. It's just a standard black pressing. This is one of my all-time favorite songs, and I think I've ranted about it on here before, so sorry, I'm gonna do it again. I don't know what it is, specifically the Ten Snake remix of Hurting by Friendly Fires, one of my all-time favorite songs. I love it so dearly. I thought about just buying the album that the song was on, even though it wasn't the remix that I specifically liked. It was just gonna be the regular song, but I didn't want to spend all the money on an album that I haven't listened to when I only know I like one song. So I found this 12-inch single they did, and now this doesn't have the remix on it either, but this has the C2 Runway edit, which is like an 8-minute long mix of the song, and it's just as good. Let me tell you, it's just as good. Oh my god, it's such a vibe. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Under 20 for sure I paid on Discogs for this, and it just makes me so happy, and I love this song so much. If I'm ever in a bad mood, I'm playing this, or I'm playing Come On, Come On by One Direction, and my mood is immediately boosted. And we're getting down to the wire. In the 4th spot, Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic by The Sundays. This was released back in 1990 as a Rough Trade exclusive, and it is the picture disc. This is, again, one of my all-time favorite albums. I have 3 copies of this album in my collection, and I am constantly playing it because I just love it so much. Again, just like mindless, like put it on in the background and just like vibe. I love the Sundays, they're so good. And I love a picture disc. Like, I can't believe I think I only included 2 picture discs in this video, which is bizarre. I just realized that. But this is one of my favorite picture discs that I own just because I love this album so much. Got a great deal on it. If you couldn't tell, I love getting a good deal, which is why today's sponsor is just so perfect. You know, I love getting a good deal. This one I think I bought for like $70 on like eBay, but it was a steal for sure. This picture disc is so good because it looks like the album cover, and like this is my favorite album from them. Oh my god. And I was listening to this album heavily during like a really rough part of my life. This was like the only good part of my life during that time. Definitely one of my favorite records in my collection. We're into the top 3. If you've seen my channel before, you might be able to figure out what all 3 of these are. Let's start with number 3. We have another single. This is Heartbreaker by Bad Sons. And yeah, we're gonna ignore the fact that I don't have 10-inch sleeves, so she looks a little funky in there right now, but I don't feel like buying 10-inch sleeves for one record. So this was released back in 2017. This is a 7-inch on a red translucent heart-shaped vinyl. Shut up. This was limited to 500 copies and it was exclusively sold on their 2017 tour. This has a live version of Heartbreaker and then the Aqua remix of Heartbreaker. It took me so long to get this into my collection. Since it was so limited, I could never find it for sale anywhere. That's kind of how it is for these last 3 records. Oh my god, it took everything out of me to find these. This one, I don't even remember how much I paid for it, and I would have paid more than I paid for it. I think I got a good deal on it, even though I did overpay for a 7-inch for sure, but I was prepared to spend a lot of money on this because it to me felt like a necessity to have in my collection. Bad Sons is arguably my favorite band. It goes between One Direction and Bad Sons. This is one of my favorite songs from them. Heartbreaker is such a banger, and just to be called Heartbreaker and be on a Heart 7-inch, yeah. This is also my only like shaped cutout record in my collection. It took me like 3 years to get this into my collection. Like, it was a journey, and I can rest peacefully now knowing that I have it. Same kind of vibe with this next one. My second most favorite record in my entire collection is going to be Metaphysical by the Technicolors. This was released back in 2017 and is on the cherry red pressing. Discogs and really anywhere has like no information about this specific pressing. It just says that it was like limited edition. For some reason, I feel like I remember reading somewhere that this was exclusively sold at one of their tours or something. I have like no information on this, so like if you have more information, please let me know. This is another one I have been searching for years, and like this was one of the first ones where I had been searching for years and like finally found it. Like that euphoria, oh my god, nothing compares. Nothing compares to finding something you've been searching for years for like a good price. Oh my god. Actually, I don't know if this was a good price. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I got it off Discogs. I had notifications set up. I was checking like every week. I was on Reddit searching one of my favorite albums of all time. I am constantly listening to this album. Like this might be my most listened to album. Like I am constantly listening to it. The vibes are just so good and like it's everything. And this red pressing is so, oh my god, it matches the text on the album cover perfectly. If I'm on a plane, I'm listening to this album. 100% I'm listening to this album. I don't know why, but that's just a tradition I've started with myself where I'm on a flight, I have to listen to this album. Alright, that has brought us to the #1 spot, my most favorite record out of my entire collection. If you weren't able to guess it, you should subscribe and watch some of my other videos so you can be in the loop. My #1 spot has to go to Harry Styles by Harry Styles. This is the pink translucent pressing, because of course it is. I'm sorry guys, this is a personality trait. I told y'all you would be sick of me talking about this and sick of hearing it. Oh my god, I'm bringing it up every point possible, okay? I can't stop talking about this and obsessing over it. This is such a big deal for me. It's the most amount of money I think I've spent on anything ever besides the camera I'm currently filming on. Yeah, I'm gonna shove it down your throat till you're tired of it. I made an entire unboxing video about this specific record. You know it's serious when that's happening. This was released back in 2019 as a 2-year anniversary pressing for the album, and it was exclusively sold on his website for 24 hours. We don't know how many copies were available, but it is extremely limited. Not that you can't find copies of this for sale, they are just extremely expensive. Like I think I one time saw one for sale on eBay for $10,000, which led me to believe I would never get her into my collection, and this was gonna be like a, you know, in 5 years, in 10 years, I maybe would get it for a good price and like buy it. I go into all the details and how much I paid and all of that in the dedicated unboxing video I did, but on average I think it goes for like $600 or $700. I did not pay that much. I paid close to it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I saved up. I had a specific portion of my savings dedicated to my Harry Styles Pink Translucent Vinyl Fund. I had a number in mind of what I was willing to spend, so, you know, I set aside that money just in case for whenever I came across it, because when you come across one of these for a decent price, there's no thought. Okay, I didn't think, well, no, I was gonna say I didn't think twice about it, but I did console my mom and she was like, don't do it. And I was like, you're right. And then I bought it. Anyways, I just have been wanting this for so long, and to be able to finally have it in my collection, it just brings me so much eternal joy. And I, again, never selling her. I could never part with her. Now that she's here, now that she's mine, never getting rid of her. That's enough out of me. Those are my top 10 favorite records out of my entire collection. I just wanted to sit here and do a quick little video and ramble for a minute about these records with you. I think I kind of want to do more of these like top 10 style videos. So let me know if you have any ideas, if you would want that. I'm thinking maybe like top 10 prettiest or coolest pressings in my collection and like top 10 ugliest type vibe. I feel like that would be fun, but let me know what y'all want to see. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe down below for more videos from me. Again, thank you to Cooper for sponsoring today's video. Check them out in the description down below. And yeah, I'm gonna go. See you guys later. Okay, bye.